known and what is a lie, okay? All regarding the investigation into the 22-year-old who murdered Charlie Kirk. Also, I'm going to take all of his wife's comments. I want to hear what she
Well,
has to
first
say.
off, I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to say
My heart
murder.
goes out to her
No, it's
and the
assassination.
challenge she has with
Okay,
those two
not a
girls.
murder.
Now,
Assassination.
there are a
Let's
lot of
further hear
questions
this
out
guy.
there, and there are a lot of questions out there, and you are coming at me, and it is not that I don't care, it is that I am overwhelmed. Here are the four most common, okay? Why am I saying that it doesn't matter why the shooter did it? Because the desire to know is motivated only by advantage of one side over the other. One side wanting to blame the other as worse. This isn't, oh, I want to know so we can find out who did it and stop the next one. It's not what it is. It's not.
Let's stop right there. Well, it does matter. It matters to all the American people. It matters for the truth. We're supposed to just take your word? What do you mean it don't matter? You're trying to shift and say it doesn't matter if an individual, first off, you said murdered, and it's assassination. Anytime you shoot somebody in that kind of bender, it's assassination. It's not a murder. Just plain and simple. And it matters to the American people because we deserve to know the truth and not cover up, not your opinion. Because that's all it is your opinion at this point as far as I'm concerned, right? So let's further hear more about this person's vineyard.
I'm getting anywhere better. Extremism is dominating us on both. But the few have held the many hostage now for years because of social media. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And no one is talking about what should come to make it better, only how to deal with the other side in ways that will certainly make this worse. Second, why am I treating the assassination of Charlie Kirk different?
Well, a while ago he said murder, now he's saying assassination. I mean, are we in agreements with this guy? Why are we treating the killing of Charlie Kirk different than any other crime? That's what he's saying. So in other words, he's trying to say we're going to moralize Charlie Kirk, and that's not what he wants. Well, let's back up a little bit and let's talk about what Charlie was doing. He was debating people. He was bringing America together. He was changing minds in public venues, colleges, and other places, debates. But he was changing people's minds about their mindset on woke, pride, transgender, race, and a lot of other things too. Even in the government standards of Section 8, and I can go on, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So, why would we disrespect his family and his wife and not demand to know exactly what happened? Let's listen to more of this gentleman because it's getting a little more interesting, I think. And pretty soon, my video is going to have to be a feed because he's running so long, but don't it sound like fake news in a sense? I mean, gibber. I mean, I'm going to call it like it is. I'm just an everyday old man, and I'm going to call it assassination, but I got some other questions I'm going to bring up to everybody. Yeah. Let's just keep going.
You really should question why you question my empathy. Why I would agree with him, and I was puzzled and said so to him. Somebody who says they chase virtue in Christianity says so many things that seem at odds with each other. However, so what? Each is wrong or right. I say wrong. Always. Every time. No matter what. So I don't dwell on what he said. And he said plenty that was not divisive. But none of that matters to me. Because there is no good that comes from trying to mitigate what was done because of what he had said. Why do I push back on those saying this is war and that the right needs to galvanize to avenge Charlie? You'd be shocked, first of all, how many people are saying this. Look up the word avenge, okay? Here's a hint.
I think everybody knows what avenge means. We don't need your explanation of it. Okay? Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Charlie would tell you that too. He also said that when people stop talking, bad things happen. Okay? And then you also attacked him real subtly in your conversation just then about his eulogy in Christianity. His Christianity was pretty true as of the Bible, and he quoted the Bible pretty popular. And me personally, I have a very good understanding of the Bible. And yet, theology is simply personal walk with God, is what you should have said. But instead, you decided to attack his Christianity, which is attacking every Christian out there. And every time he mentioned the Bible, he always said, I believe it says this. You know, God in the Bible says, do not add or take away from my word. You, my friend, you've done stumbled all over that. Again, this is just no man's opinion, right? I'm debating you. You see where I'm coming from? I'm debating you. I don't know who the hell you are. Don't care. Don't like what you're saying so far. Because I take it as a personal attack. And if I was his wife, I would take it as a personal attack. He was solid in his Christianity, buddy. And I think you need to retract some of the things. But I'm going to keep going a little bit longer. 7 minutes into your BS. Your opinion, we might say. But I'm debating you now, right? It's just a debate, my friend. Let's listen to some more of this gentleman's thoughts. What we say.
Do it. You listen to us and playing the victim. But Elon Musk is the one saying that the left is the party of murder. And that is as useless
Assassination.
as his platform when it comes to pushing extremism at a time when we need to do the opposite. And I know it makes you money. And I know it makes you resonant. But it's also why you're no longer standing next to the president. And I would never want anything.
I'm basically going to say, I guarantee you that Elon Musk will be standing by the president more times than you ever have. And it is so funny how you say he's using it to make money. What the hell are you up there for? What are you doing? You doing this for free? No, you're not. Are you hoping that this is going to bring your personal objectives into this? Because, I mean, we already heard you several times. I mean, really. See, here we are. We're just stupid, Americans, right? I'm going to hear this BS some more, okay? And hell, if I thought this guy was even worth listening to, I would have put my teeth in my mouth, but I haven't. Forgive me for that, but I'm making a little joke. He ain't worth that. And to sit here and say Elon Musk is just using this to make money, Elon Musk saved the country a lot of money and found a lot of waste in our government. So let's listen to how much money you saved the government, right? Let's see what you got to say.
Elon Musk can be part of a better social media. He should change his algorithms, and I would never want anything bad to happen. Okay? Now, another question I get is whether or not the guy was alt-right, that jerk Fuentes, the hater, or that he was a lefty, but his family's for Trump. I reached out to the investigative journalist who made the claim. I'm looking into it. I don't know, and again, I don't care. No matter what side owns him, it is proof of the problem. And the only way you get less of it is if you reward different things. Okay? Now, let's get to what is actually known. Brian Enton is on this for me, okay? For all of News Nation. And I want to go to him about what we now know, okay? And what we don't know, just as importantly. Brian, thank you for being on this and helping so much on and off camera. What do you got?
Unlock more with Disney Plus, Hulu, and all.
Tonight, Utah County, this is where Tyler Robinson is being held behind me right now, charged with murder, no bond, obviously. Arrested 250 miles away in Washington, Utah. And the indications are that he confessed to his father. And that his father then contacted a family friend who is a law enforcement veteran, been in law enforcement for 27 years, and together they contacted the authorities. And late last night, the FBI drove all the way to the southernmost part of Utah to go and arrest him. And then they brought him back here where he is now. He's into video games. He was on a site called Discord. I was just going through the probable cause affidavit. It indicates that he actually messaged his roommate on Discord and told his roommate to go and pick up the rifle that he had left behind in that wooded area behind the university. Also on that rifle, on the casings, etched into the casings, there were several sayings, including, hey fascist, catch, and also, if you read this, you are gay. Chris?
Early there was a report from the Wall Street Journal that they got information from the ATF that it was trans stuff, and that went all over the place and became reason to say that this guy was a crazy lefty. We now know that wasn't true, which is a little frightening, frankly, but the DOJ had tried to back people off it. But you know how it is, because of social media, any suggestion that gets out there that motivates a side is crazy. So what are the unknowns?
Yeah, and that whole trans report, I don't know if that came, there were some arrows on the gun that some people were trying to connect to some trans movement, but it seems those arrows actually connect back to a video game. And again, the suspect seems to have been a big gamer. We know, according to the family, and again, this was in the arrest affidavit, which was 3 pages long and pretty detailed, that he just recently got into politics, Chris, and that he had told family members at a dinner that he did not like Charlie Kirk. What we don't know is how much planning was involved. It doesn't get into that. I don't think they know yet.
I'm going to bring it back over here to this side of the world. Discord. Discord is a community where a lot of gamers go to. Game makers put on there, usually when they're doing updates on the game, when they're going to change something on the game. It's a kind of a community where gamers can talk to each other, okay? It's called Discord. It's pretty much on every video game out there. That's nothing new. But for you that don't know that, because these guys don't know, so any type of video game has what's called a Discord, and it's basically it's where the game makers go in there and they tell you all the new stuff they're going to do, the game, what changes they're going to make. if there's problems in that game, that allows the people who play the game to go in there and say, hey, man, this game is glitchy. It's doing this. There's, map problems. That's a Discord, okay? And then, is he a lefty? Is he a righty? Who gives a shit? He's assassin. Okay? You guys are not going to bring any clarity into any of this. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're not. And I'm done listening to you because my arm hurts holding my phone up. But I'll continue this tomorrow. But I'm going to stop right here and put my opinion in it. The boy gave up by his father. And very, very saddened because I'm a father. And those parents are hurting for what their son did. Or didn't do. Or maybe he's just been set up with what he did. Maybe he was led to do that. Who knows? But at this point, we don't know. And that's why I'm asking for clarity, step by step. Because there's even rumors that they're not going to say tonight. I promise you they're not going to say it. And so I will. And I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to end it right there. But again, fake news. Fake news. They're on YouTube, guys. And I don't care if you're on NBC, Fox, all the majors, but it's on YouTube too. And so here we are. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to put anything on or off of that young man. What he did, if he did it, was take away something that was very valuable for the people. And that's what we need to keep remembering, is the people. And Charlie was for the people. And Charlie was trying to do better for the people. And he was a Christian. And I didn't like the fact that he made some Christian remarks earlier. It is his opinion, and we are just debating this. That's what I'm doing. I'm debating this guy. And this other guy he's got with him, I'm debating him too. I don't care. But I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple questions in there, and I'm going to leave it at that. 30-06, 147, 150 yards, but I'm going to call it 200 yards, okay? And I'm an avid hunter. Where's the exit wound? I mean, it's 30-06. At that distance, it'd be an exit wound about as big as a softball. Now, there's a rumor going around, I don't know if it's true or not, that's why I'm going to say rumor, that the coroner said there is no exit wound. Okay, so let's back up and rewind a little bit. If there's no exit wound, then is he the shooter? Because not to have an exit wound means the shot would have had to have been further away. To shoot somebody in the neck that's moving, grabbing a mic, moving back and forth, even at that distance, even if he was a good shot, a good hunter, and he had a 30-06, it's still one hell of a shot. But no exit wound. How come we don't see the back of that tent, that canvas, hole through it? And all the people that were there, thousands of people that were there, one of them would have took the hit when the bullet passed through. Now, I know enough about hunting to say that when you shoot an animal and the bullet's traveling at a faster speed, and when the bullet hits the blood, it brags. But it still goes through. Now, I'm going to say this again because I don't know the truth. I'm just saying, why can't we get clarity on this? Why can't the American people know step by step what's going on? See, because when y'all guys do what you're doing right now, then everybody's going to start saying cover up. There's already another rumor going on saying his security guards were doing arm signals, hat signals. One of them was smiling. I mean, so you got all these theories going on, But why can't we just get everyday, simple clarity? I mean, really? If you think about it, what's wrong with that? Now, I would want his wife to know the truth, and I'm sure she does. I know she does want to know the truth. So, now you're going to bring up the respect of cover up. It was government, left wing, whoever. American people are going to say left wing, and that's just all there is to it, because they were the ones with the death threats. They're the ones that had the biggest issue with him. And, you know, when the majority of people agree on one thing, it's probably true. I'm just saying. But again, I'm just an old man sitting here without his teeth in, listening to this guy and the other guy, and not agreeing with it. So I'm going to stop here and tell everybody I appreciate you. But I'm just asking the questions, right? I'm just debating. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, and I'm surely not telling anybody to go out and do anything wrong of any shape or form. I just think that the American people deserve the absolute clarity of truth as it's happening, and not the same garbage that we've been done throughout our lives. Okay, I'm 65 years old, and you know, I see them do this with a lot of other people, and so let's just go down the line and step by step, and let's know the truth for a change, right? Because you took away a very valuable and important person to all of us. And as you already know, that's why y'all are scared, is you just turned a lot of people into Charlie Kirk. So this is for Charlie. And you just made a movement that I believe all of you are scared. We the people, you should be. We the people are not buying your bullshit no more. Hey everybody, I love you, and maybe I'll pick back up on this where this guy is, because there's a lot more I'd like to debate with him. But it's late, and I'm going to add this feed to my channel, and if whoever sees it, pass it on. Anyway, if you can withstand seeing a bald old man, y'all have a great day. May God love you. May you be blessed. Hey, remember one thing, important thing. We're all just people in God's image. So let's treat everybody that way. Love you now. Have a great day.